on Saturday?
Yeah, it was good.
You good again for us now this weekend?
I don't know, I need to see how golf is using it.
Okay.
I said that I'm maybe to go Friday morning.
Yeah, well I can cover anyway because it's no first team game, so.
I've got about 16,000 words of essays due the next week. So it's a bit like, please get some stuff done.
Welcome to Platt Lane for today's Matchday Live, where we are bringing you the first round of the Lacrosse Men's National Championship, with MMU facing Marjon, who have travelled all the way from Plymouth for today's fixture. Your commentary team today is myself, Ed Tucker, and I'm joined by Jack Merry. Sorry for the slight delay on the setup today. The last game overran from a late ref. So the graphics up, but the game has started, and MMU have the ball at the moment.
You alright, guys? We're back.
We're in.
Back with a bit of lacrosse today. Excited for this one, aren't you, Ed?
I am very excited for this one. I've got really into lacrosse. We've only got to see the men's team once. I've done commentary of the women's a few times. So it'll be interesting to see how this team do today. I remember last time we saw them play, there were some lovely goals. Someone had a lovely round-the-back flick. That went flying in. And I think...
I think they just scored.
No, I think they've got a penalty, have they not? Because the players are kind of still there. He's gone back to the centre, so...
Might be. I think I saw a net ricochet when you're...
So that could be a very early lead for MMU there, which we didn't even notice. It must have slept it through a few players. But yeah, I think that's an early lead for MMU, 1-0.
Yeah, we haven't got the scoreboard up yet.
Quite yet, but I'm sure that's coming in soon. I'm sure Benji will get his job done.
Oh, there we go. Well done, Benji.
There we are. Now it just needs to update it to 1-0.
Barged over there.
Yeah, players getting a bit stuck in. Ref wasn't happy with it. MMU come away with the ball. MMU just passing it around there, far from goal. Will Hurst, there we go, was the first scorer.
Missed pass there. Dropped.
And you go for a shot there, a long pass out by number 4. William Alsop, that is.
Playing it around the back here. Not too rushed. I mean, they're already 1-0 up. First minute.
Yeah, MMU slightly the favourites here. They're both in the Premier divisions, Plymouth and Premier South, MMU and Premier North. The coach on the sideline was adamant that the Premier North was a slightly harder division.
Yeah, they did seem confident to me that they're going to come away with a winner.
And MMU have been doing slightly better in their league than Marjon have. We'll get to some of those stats later in the game.
I don't think Marjon's actually had the ball yet.
No, not for anything more than a second.
No, a little tackle here and there, but you were just dancing all over them at the minute.
Yeah, I think a bit of home advantage as well. You know, that journey up from Plymouth is not a short one.
Yeah, about 5 hours. Knocked away there though, missed pass. Picked up by Marjon.
They've got a chance here. Ooh.
Oh, they've dropped it.
There's a bit of a tackle in there from an MMU player that's just got it lost, and MMU picked up again. They're doing so well here to keep hold of this ball.
Bit of a fumble there before.
Yeah, it's interesting, this cup competition. It's different from all the other cups we've seen, as most of them run in line with the season, but actually both teams have completed their full season in the league, and now it's just cup games left. So whoever loses today, this will be their last game of the season.
You tackled the ball away from Marjon there, but they won it back. Tries to bet it long.
Number 11 there for Marjon.
Out of play.
Just Adam Saunders tries to go for a long ball down the line, but doesn't quite get away with it. And you again have the ball here.
Yeah, they are just. They're not in a rush at all, are they? They're just.
No, they seem very confident themselves here, and they're not rushing anything.
Even the missed passes, they don't seem too phased by it.
Marjon are getting the ball here though, just into MMU's half, I think for the first time this game.
Yeah, the attacker picked up the ball from the defender, even from the attacker. Not allowed, of course. Tackled there by MMU. They're back on the attack.
Really good cradling here.
Quick.
Outstretched stick there. Just couldn't quite make the pass. Keeper's come out.
Marjon retain it, coming back.
A little bit scrappy there for a second, but Marjon do have the ball again now. He's gone for a long pass down the bottom right, across field, just past halfway line, but yeah, just a little bit too high for number 20 there, Tyler Beale for Marjon.
Bit too short.
MMU player there has just got away with a little cheeky kind of flick over. Number 14 stops just before the halfway line as the defender is not allowed to enter that half of the field. MMU just walking with the ball here, just getting themselves into position. Yeah. Alex Halliday there, the captain for MMU, just cradling it around the side, looking for that space, looking for that pass.
Seems a bit of a training session at the moment, do you know what I mean? It's a bit.
They do seem a little bit slower than maybe we're used to, but Marjon here do have the ball for a second, trying to get on the attack, but just getting absolutely engulfed by MMU players around the middle. That blue and orange just surrounding every time Marjon get the ball. Yeah. Nice little run here, good step. Well blocked by the keeper for sure.
Turned.
And there it is, 2-0, number 21 for MMU. Jacob Brindle there with a really nicely taken goal. An early good run, cut across, ended up with a good save from the keeper, but on the second attempt, he didn't stand much of a chance there. MMU really dominating this game so far and putting their stamp on it with an early 2-0 lead 5 minutes into the first quarter. Yeah,
this could be a barrage for MMU here.
Yeah, they have definitely looked the better team so far this game. Marjon won't want to give up too easily though, but right now it's looks going to be a really difficult game for them to get back into. I don't think they have any subs either, and you only have the one sub, but still being able to change players in and out is massive in lacrosse. It's such a physical game.
I'm not sure they've actually got a coach either, because their dugout is completely empty.
Yeah, I think they're on a player-coach basis at the moment.
Yeah, so they've only brought 10 people in total, so it's understandable why they're a bit. Jacob Brindle there with the goal. Why they're a bit lackadaisical maybe.
Yeah, maybe they're just trying to conserve their energy a little bit and attack the game later on. But they don't want to risk letting MMU get too far ahead early doors here and leave in a position where they can't recover from.
Chased down by the keeper there, but will be brought as a foul.
The keeper's thrown his little yellow, don't know what you call it, a towel flag, whatever it may be. But yeah, he wasn't happy with the challenge in the keeper there. Marjon getting the ball back here.
Did look a bit of a shove.
It's a contact sport, men's lacrosse, but yeah, there is still rules on.
Yeah, very harsh contact as well, getting slapped about.
There's a lot of stick to face action, I think.
Yeah, stick slapping.
Marjon do have the ball here in attacking position for the first time in this game.
First real attack of the game with any sort of momentum.
And he went for a long shot, low down as well, skimmed, bounced to the ground. Looked like it was going to be difficult, but yeah, really, really well taken there by the MMU goalkeeper. I think that's James Fletcher there, just picking up that ball down low and getting MMU on the attack again.
Number 64 there was very well saved.
Oh, a nice little round the back pass there from Jacob Brindle, the goal scorer. I believe it was Jacob Brindle who got the round the back goal, in fact, in that last game here. Yeah, that was very impressive. He basically did the same there, but with a pass.
I've heard about it. Famous goal in I met live over the bar there, though. A bit high.
Oh, it's the goal that made me fall in love with lacrosse. It was a beauty. And we spoke to him after the game, and I think he was just as surprised as we were that it went in, so he didn't even realise he'd done it until it was in the back of the net. It was very impressive.
Always the best goals.
MMU starting to attack it.
There we go, 3-0. Number 1 there.
Simple bit of play as well. They've just
the captain.
come in from the back with their throw-in, passed it straight to Alex Halliday, the captain, who's just got no defenders in front of him, few yards out from the goal. He's just smashed it bottom corner, and MMU just pushing this lead even stronger now. 3-0 up, 7.5 minutes gone.
Yeah. Marjon don't really look like they want to be there, to be honest. They're not, you know. But would you be after a 5-hour?
Yeah, no, that is a struggle. We were discussing before the game how that travel will affect it, and it would definitely be tiring. You know, it hurts your legs. When I do my drive up to Manchester and it's 5 hours, I do nothing for the rest of the day. I couldn't imagine having to come out here and play a game against a good MMU team. But
no.
Aggressive physical tip there. MMU have come away with it though, really well caught. Has dropped it though.
There, but it won't matter.
David Finn there just cradling it, almost lost out, but kept going, got the ball back, and here's Halliday again, the captain. Really pushed himself out on this right-hand side.
They use space very well. They're all in a lot of space. All available for options.
Yeah, good positioning so far from MMU. And
perhaps needs to be closed down a bit more by Marjon for the to get anything from this game.
I still think that they are
saved by the keeper.
I think they're trying to conserve their energy here, knowing that they don't have any subs, and this is going to be a long game if they knacker themselves out early in this first quarter.
Yeah, full hour.
But they're going to have to do something to change this up, because MMU are just absolutely dominating right now. Have barely lost the ball and have been putting pressure on their goal relentlessly. Here comes Halliday, the captain, again with a really good pass across. And I thought that had actually gone in. It looked like it bounced to the bottom of the net, but it was just wide. Ooh. David Flynn there, I think it was, for MMU, just shot wide, and Halliday picked up again. But I think Marjon have got the ball here behind their own goal. Probably quite happy to see that attack not end in another MMU goal early doors there.
Yeah, there's a few dangerous shots in there, but good save from the keeper, then one wide by the MMU player.
Yeah, keeper's had quite a few saves to make already here. He's going to have a hard day at the office today, I think.
Yeah, busy day. A few bruises on them legs when he gets back in tonight.
Yeah, I think it's tough as a keeper as well, and your team's getting a little bit dominated. Try and stay focused, stay motivated.
Yeah.
Marjon do have the ball here on the attack, but absolutely shut down, by 3 MMU players. See how they are physical. They're really getting stuck in with each other. Not trying to lose that ball too easy, but MMU have come away with it once again. Ooh, a little bit of a misplaced pass. Keeper's got back onto it though. He has tried to pass it out. He's risked it. Halliday has picked it up now. Wasn't sure if he's going to try and go for that long shot straight away.
I would have gone for it, I think. You got to go for them, ain't you?
Halliday here again. Looking like a true captain for MMU, taking the ball a lot, creating spaces, telling his players where to go.
He loves to be in that position behind the goal, doesn't he? Creates a lot of space, can see where everyone is.
It's a crucial zone in lacrosse. I think if you dominate that area and you do well behind the goal, you will get yourself a lot of goals. It's so difficult for the keeper to, keep an eye behind him.
Tackled away by Marjon.
Marjon are trying to get stuck in.
Again, MMU just don't let the ball go. Yeah,
they've knocked the ball off them a few times and they are getting stuck into them, but it just seems that MMU always end up picking the ball back up again. Oh, and he's gone for that round the back again there. I think that was Jacob Brindle once again. He wanted to recreate that last bit of magic from the last stream. I mean, at the rate they're going right now, it wouldn't surprise me if he does get one this game with a round the back. MMU just running the ball in here from behind Marjon goal. See, Marjon as well, they're not risking putting anyone behind that goal, which is a risky strategy. It helps block right in front of the goal, but it gives MMU so much time with the ball around there. They know they can just try and work those spaces, even if maybe it's a little bit harder getting that direct line to goal. I think it's risky leaving Halliday out there to just dominate that area.
Tackled away there by Marjon there. It's a good tackle by them. Cleared out.
Yeah, Will Hurst trying to do a little bit too much there. Almost losing out the ball, but they've retained it once again. I think this is the biggest problem for Marjon now. Even when they do knock that ball away from MMU, they are not getting it back. MMU are putting that shift in to collect it every time.
As soon as you lose the ball, the scramble for it is chaotic. They always get it back as well.
So far this game, it has been all MMU.
Yeah, nearly all the way through the first quarter as well. And it's
bit of argy-bargy there, but it's Marjon will come away with the ball. They'll be happy with that. Oh, poor Parso has left Jacob Brindle picking it back up. He's found number 6, Thomas Sutton there. Couldn't quite get it under control to get the shot off.
A lob pass from the keeper there.
And number 20 for Marjon is putting a serious hustle in there, trying to get to it, but I think that might be Jacob Brindle again, just picking up that ball, doing so well in the offence and the defence, really. Setting MMU on another attack here. I think we saw there was number 3, Chris Hearn. So Sven Shane either was subbed already or has swapped around their positions and is starting on the bench. And I think there's just been a timeout called now. Well, then the timeout, I'll just run through the two teams quickly. So the MU squad is number 1, Alex Halliday, the captain. Number 12, David Finn. 14, Finley Taylor. 21, Jacob Brindle. 64, James Fletcher, the goalkeeper. Number 20, Wesley Ung. 11, Sven Shane, who's on the bench. 6, Thomas Sutton. 19, Will Hurst. Number 4, William Alsop. And then number 3, Chris Hearn. And the Marjon squad is number 7, Ace Kennedy. 11, Adam Saunders. 13, Joel Ireland. 18, Joseph Hooper. 12, Joseph Maloney. 14, Josh Knowles. 8, Neil Watson. 16, Tim Watkins. 20, Tyler Beale. And number 1, Zachariah Morrish.
The Marjon team might just be able to breather here from the...
I think it was the MMU coach, though, who called the timeout. He's out there with a few notes, yeah. I mean, that must show his intent in this game, that his team are 3-0 up and absolutely dominating the play so far. And he still wants to give them little key pointers to change the game and just assert their domination even more. But I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what you can tell them when they've basically had a perfect game so far. I think Marjon have had one attack, which was a long shot well taken by the keeper. Fair play to him if he wants them to do even better, but they're amazing game so far. And I think Marjon need this breather. They're trying to speak to each other as well. And it's going to be a tough ask for them right now. They're already a few behind and MU are just looking so dominant.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be on the Marjon team tonight. Long trip home.
Well, they get a night out in Manchester at least to try and forget their woes from today. The timeout is over. So teams do need to reset themselves up. Marjon's still talking to each other though.
Regrouping a bit there, you like to see it. Sticking together even in the challenges in the difficult times that they're in right now.
Yeah, it's just number 11 there, Adam Saunders, is really barking orders. Don't actually have down who their captain is, but I'm going to assume it was him because I could see him from the window here just really telling everyone what their roles are and what he wants them to do. In fact, that may have been the end of a quarter because it looks like the goalkeepers have swapped ends.
The ref is a couple of minutes early there.
Yeah, that is strange. Our clock has it as only at 13 minutes, but now, yeah, that must have been the end of the first quarter. In fact, it's not a timeout. Apologies for that. Not sure what's happened with our clock, but yeah. So that is just actually the end of the first quarter. So we're going into second now. MMU with a solid 3-0 lead so far.
Second quarter. We got 3 MMU players around the one Marjon. They've got no support really getting that ball back. It's all MMU.
Yeah. Cloud of blue and orange seems to set upon these Marjon players the second they get the ball, making it really difficult for them. Have handled that situation actually quite well, though. They've kept hold of the ball. He's gone for that long shot again. I think that was I think 13 did it the first time as well. Joel Ireland there clearly has practiced that long, low-down shot, get that bounce off the turf, try and increase the speed or put a bit of curve on it. Hasn't got away with the first 2 he's tried, but could be an option for them later in the game. Well, if they can keep into it at least until the last quarter, you know, trying to get. They do need to get themselves a few goals here though, because MU are really quite dominant so far. See there, even little mistakes. I mean, I think they're still going to pick up the ball. It's one of the biggest problems for Marjon right now, is that even when MMU do make those little mistakes and do drop from the cradle, they're still picking the ball up again.
The way the two teams play, it just seems there's so many more MMU players always around the ball. And the Marjon, if someone tackled it like that, they've got no support trying to get that ball back.
I can see what Marjon are trying to do on the defence. They're trying to do zonal coverage and keep that space in front of the goal protected. But the problem is when that ball pops up, they're only committing one person to try and get it. And that was a great goal there as well. Number 19, Will Hurst, with his second of the game. Very happy with that. Puts MMU 4 in the head. Yeah, just as I was trying to say, they're trying to do this zonal defence, which is very standard in lacrosse. You see it from a lot of teams. Problem is, when a mistake comes from MMU, there's only one player putting that pressure on, and there may be two MMU players trying to pick the ball up again. And simply because of that, MMU are just picking up all of the second balls. And I think Marjon need to, yes, stick to their zonal defence, but when they see an opportunity, they need to put this 2 or 3 man press that MMU are doing to get that ball back. Because right now, MMU are winning every second ball, and Marjon have really struggled to pick up the ball when MMU have made mistakes. Physical battle there for the tip. Marjon do knock the ball into the MMU half.
That's more like it. A couple of players going for that ball, but couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, you see the difference there when it's 2-on-1 or 2v2. It's much more evenly contested. When there's 2 MMU players to 1 Marjon, they can just completely screen them out of the ball. Done really well there. Number 20 for MMU, Wesley Young.
Using that space behind the net again.
Yeah, Halliday and Hurst are really connecting for MMU at the moment. Using that space behind and putting serious pressure on the Marjon goal at all times. Not giving them a second to breathe. Nice bit of running there, good cradle. He's done really well to avoid a few tackles there. And he gets a goal at the end.
Well, wow.
What a brilliant goal that is.
That was
Let's
great.
see who that is. Number 12, David Finn, with a brilliant goal there. Ran through about 3 or 4 defenders, avoided a few smacks in the sticks, and just did not give up. And he's found that top right keeper's top left corner really well. MMU just taking this game away right now, 5-0 up already.
2 goals in 3 minutes in this second quarter.
Yeah, it's hard to see what Marjon can do right now. They're just getting outplayed a little bit. MMU just seem really on the ball today and really getting at them. I think say that Marjon as well. I think they played 1 game in January, and that's the only game they've played in 2023. But I think MMU have had maybe 2 or 3, so maybe a little bit of rustiness is also coming into their game, having not played so much recently.
Well, the rustiness accompanied with the journey, it's going to be hard if they're not fully fit. And then MMU playing more, and it's just a walk down the road for them.
Or less fitness, but match sharpness, let's say. I think that's what they're maybe missing a little bit, and MMU have just come out so fast, they made it so difficult for them. They've gone for another shot there. Ooh, for a second on this camera angle that it might have just bounced in, but no. Keeper has seen it out for MMU. Oh, was that Will Hurst there again, just controlling the play. Halliday did pick it up in a nice position there, but ref has seen a foul. Marjon get away with the ball. Yeah, I've got to say, Will Hurst and Alex Halliday doing so much work right now. They're both, Will Hurst got 2, Halliday's got himself 1, but they're just doing all the unselfish work as well, running behind the goal. Marjon are coming on the attack here.
All body blocks by that MU defender there.
Ref sees nothing wrong with it though, but number 13, Joel Ireland, definitely felt that when he was down for a while. And he's hobbling a little bit now. That would be a massive problem for Marjon now. If they lose a player to an injury, if he can't keep playing, this game is going to go from bad to worse right now. He doesn't look comfortable out there still, while MMU...
It was right to that midsection in the ribs as well, wasn't it?
I think his problem is actually his ankle or his lower leg. So we will focus on MMU on the attack right now, but I can just see him out the window there, just leaning on his stick a little bit, not looking comfortable. Here's Jacob Brindle for MMU again. Brindle is doing really well, just occupying that space far away from the goal, but about halfway between the goal and the halfway line, and just keeping MMU in the game. Always giving an option. And they found him in the middle as well with a really good run. And there he goes, just after I said he's doing that good work, out far away from the goal. And he's just slipped in between all of the defenders. I don't think they were paying attention to where he was going. And he's a big lad as well, so he's done really well to slip through there unnoticed. And yeah, put MMU 6-0 into the lead now, doing very well.
Yeah, it's looking dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah, this score could get quite high right now. They are really dominating the game so far.
Yeah, third into the game, 6 goals.
It's funny, I was looking at their previous results in the league. I think there's just been a timeout called here, so you can have a little look at these. Both teams haven't done the best in their league. Marjon 3 wins and 7 losses. MMU 5 wins and 5 losses. Both reasonably similar on their goals records. I mean, MMU scored 63 and conceded 116 in the league. Marjon only scored 45, but they only conceded 82. So it's a kind of similar disparity. But MMU did really well to win more of their games in the league, and I think they had a few games against Nottingham and Nottingham Trent who pushed their goal difference down quite badly. Very good teams. There was a 22-4 loss here at Platt Lane. That must have been quite harsh early in the season. But MU have got better as the season went on. They started with 3 losses, and then in their next 7 games was 5 wins and 2 losses. So, they've warmed into their season. Marjon did win their last game as well. Their last game of the season, they beat Oxford 7-3 at home. But yeah, it's not been the best season for Marjon.
No,
it doesn't look like it's getting any better with this result right now.
No, this could turn into a 22-4 or whatever it was.
Yeah, it is looking like it could go that way right now. And they're looking really strong.
Yeah, it doesn't even look like they're broken a sweat either. They're just striding around.
Well, they're doing so well in the position. I think, they're playing intense to keep the ball. They put all their intensity into keeping the ball after they've been knocked out of their stick or they've dropped it. But beyond that, then they can play the game at a bit of a slower pace. Pass it around, just get in their spaces. And Marjon are just constantly in a struggle to get the ball off of them. But here's a tip: 6-0 to MMU. Really good physical battle there, to be fair. MMU onto the attack here. He's found Hurst behind the goal. Halliday's just there next to him. Just keeping hold of this now. Right now, MMU can afford to just jog around and keep that ball, not tie themselves out too much, and just so difficult for Marjon to get back in. They have risked a shot there, but just gone wide. MMU will keep hold of the ball. This is another point as well. By not having someone behind that goal for Marjon, every time the ball goes out behind the goal, MMU are getting it again. Because the rule is it's the closest to the ball that gets it. So MMU can just keep taking pot shots, and the second it goes behind, they will retain the ball. I'm really surprised they've not changed their tactic a little bit and put someone behind there.
Well intercepted there as well for another goal, 7-0.
What a pass there from Jacob Brindle. Yeah, did so well to pick that up and just found Will Hurst to get his hat-trick as well. What a bit of play that was. Such a good interception and such a brilliant pass. Diagonally across, caught up high by Will Hurst, who's just slotted it over the keeper. MMU 7-0 now. And I don't ever like to be rude to teams we are streaming on, but Marjon are really struggling here, and it's just difficult to see what they can change in this game to get back into it, because MMU are winning every battle across the field, whether it's offensively, defensively, picking up loose balls. MMU are just the best team for all of those so far. You can't count a team out, and there is still a lot of game to play, but there's a serious uphill struggle now to try and
I think I'll
get back into this for Marjon.
That's 2 goals, 2 assists for Brindle now as well, isn't it?
Yeah, he's been doing so well.
Him and Hurst linking up, as well as Halliday. Those 3 have been dominating this team, eh?
Yeah, I haven't clocked how many Alex Halliday had, but I think he's had about 2 or 3 assists himself.
Yeah, from behind that goal. Creative hub.
Yeah, I think he was the one who found Brindle for his second goal there in the middle as well.
It was.
Oh, here they go again.
8.
And there it is, 8, and that is Halliday getting his second as well. What is there more to say? MMU are just dominating this game right now. They're playing so well, finding their passes, brilliant runs, cutting the Marjon defence to bits. And, it's just difficult to see now. I mean,
not even
this could get to a 20 goals for MMU at this rate. It wouldn't surprise me. They seem to be growing into the game as well. I think they've got goals quicker in this quarter than they did in the first quarter.
They definitely have, yeah. Well, they've already got 5, haven't they? They got 3 in the first quarter.
Exactly, and there's
In 8
still
minutes.
time left in this. Yeah, I think our clock's a little bit off.
Yeah,
I think there's
probably.
maybe 3 or 4 minutes left in this quarter. But yeah, MMU just
winning the ball
again and again. The intensity they brought to this game, their coach would be so happy with them right now. They haven't really put a foot wrong.
Personal foul by Marjon there.
I don't think so. I think
Is it not?
no. I think it's MMU have fouled the Marjon player there. I think he charged into him a little bit too much. The ref didn't like it.
Like swinging sticks to the head.
16, he was risking
Jesus.
so much there. You could see him on this camera coming from behind there. Tim Watkins just
I think
looking for that pass and just dawdled a little bit too long. And the MMU attacker, actually, midfielder, just went, sweet, if you're going to stand there, then I'll come in and make your life difficult.
Battling there as I have to get that ball back. A bit,
Yeah, it was that Brindle, again, getting in the mix for MMU. And not sure who the other lad there was for MMU, actually. I can't quite tell. It's hard with the helmets. Sometimes to notice who is who. Number 11 for Marjon is just down on the sideline at the moment. He's actually chatting to the MMU coach.
yeah, I'm with 9 then. Just passing this around.
Yeah, they know they're in such a strong position now. It's just about trying to find even more space and get themselves even more goals.
It's half time, I think.
And there it is. Yeah, that is half time. MMU going into half time, 8-0 up. Absolutely dominating this game across the park. It's so difficult to see what Marjon can actually do to get back into this game now. They've struggled on the attack. I think they've had 2 shots in total, both from distance and no, I think it was 2 from those 2 distance ones. And
they had that one on target, and then
they've not really put enough pressure onto the MMU goal, and they've just struggled to get out.
and that at the end there, with the man just standing there with the ball doing nothing. A teammate needs to tell him that someone's coming behind there, or he needs to move, because that was appalling.
Yeah, there maybe should have been a little bit more communication there, but he was looking up for that pass, and I think that's the problem as well. You know, they're struggling. They've got so many people at the back that trying to throw people forward is just a real danger for them. I'm not sure if we have half-time highlights here today. I don't think we do. I think as our highlight thing has been struggling a little bit, but we'll be back in about 5 minutes for this second half. So join us back then. All right, don't listen to me, I'm back. So we do have some highlights to run for you here, I believe. I've had a little poke from Joe. They'll be hopefully coming up in a minute. I'll give you a little bit of a description of them. I mean, there's been quite a few MMU goals. I definitely want to see Jacob Brindle's association in some of these as well, because especially that one where he picked it up and slotted it across to Will Hurst. Oh, we've got a football highlight to start with, apparently. This is our previous game. MMU women's coming away with a 2-1 win. No, there we go. Didn't want that one. But yeah, I think it was the 7th goal, maybe it might be in the 6th. Jacob Brindle picks up the ball really well just in the middle and fires it over to Will Hurst, who's right on top of the goal. We're just waiting to see if we do have that replay. Oh no, I was right in the first place. Our replay machine is acting up, so apologies for that. We don't have any, but just go back through the stream and watch it again, and we'll be back in the second half. Hi guys, we are back for the second half. Apologies for no highlights of the first half, but we should have some after the second half. I've been promised this time, so they can't make me look silly once again.
And get stitched up again.
But this is the start of the second, and MMU have the ball straight down the Marjon goal. Not actually sure why, but that is definitely not what Marjon needed to have this much early pressure straight away. You seem to have changed their shape a little bit as well. Will Hurst is out here more directly in front of the goal, whereas before he was running that space behind with Alex Halliday. And Jacob Brindle's actually gone a little bit more to the right-hand side instead of being quite so central. And there he is on the ball now. See a little calm down gesture for a second there. Oh, little fake pass. Does a real pass that time. That's Halliday down there. You're just picking it up. He's just always in that slot, isn't he? Down that right wing and behind the goal. MU again, a little bit of a missed pass, a little bit sloppy or bad attempted catch, but you just keep hold of the ball and just keep running around, keep finding space.
Just passing it in squares around this box there.
Yeah, I do fear for Marjon that this second half is going to be just like the first.
They can't do anything about it.
No, MU's such a well-oiled machine right now. Oh, Halliday, the captain there, did want to go for a shot, but he was blocked by Marjon. Here they come again. And he's gone for the long shot as well. And it is a brilliant goal.
That's 9 for MMU.
I just want to see who it was that actually got this goal. I can't actually quite see his number. I think it might have been Hurst again. Yes, it was. Will Hurst getting his 4th of the game.
4th goal.
Really putting a stomp on it so far. 4 of the 9 MMU goals coming from him. Just they're loving life out there at the moment, MMU.
Substitution there.
Yeah, so Sven Shane is coming on. And number 12, David Finn, who has scored a goal himself, is coming off. I mean, it's a dream game to come on as a substitute, isn't it, really?
Yes.
No pressure and quite likely to get yourself on the scoreboard of the way the game's been going. And you straight in the attack from the tip as well, in a good position.
There we go, it's 10.
Will Hurst gets himself his 5th as well. Really just profiting off all the good work the rest of the MMU team have been doing. He's found himself in so many good positions, and fair play to him, he's made use of those positions as well. I mean, that says Halliday, but I was sure that was Hurst.
Benji's got it wrong again.
Classic Benji, unfortunately. But no, because Alex Halliday has a non-white helmet. That's how I can always spot him quite easily, where Hurst does have a white helmet. There we go, he's heard us. He's down the sideline shaking his head, I'm sure. But that is 10 to MMU, 2 minutes into this third quarter. And it's just getting worse and worse for Marjon, really.
Yeah, it's not looking good, is it?
No. And they're
going through again.
One of the only things you could say they had been doing well was actually putting a bit of pressure on that tip and had been going into MMU half at first, even if MMU were picking it up. But now they're not even doing that, and MMU just getting straight on the attack every single tip. Goes for a little bouncing shot there. Doesn't get away with it, though.
The keeper running out here. Running through the entire team. Barged over. Not called as a foul.
I mean, what causes that? Is that boredom? Is that anger? Is that I've been standing between these nets getting peppered, so I want to have a little run at myself? In all fairness to him, he actually did quite well and did get 5 to the half. He could have found a pass. It could have been one of Marjon's best attacks. Maybe just a bit of confusion from MMU was what let him run through so much there.
It was Marjon's best dribble of the game so far, to be fair.
I mean, yeah, it's the quickest they've gone from their goal to the halfway line, in all fairness to him. A little bit unfortunate, didn't get more from it. Would have been quite spectacular, but now we're back to the norm, and MMU are just passing that ball around. Wesley Ung now on it. I don't think Wesley is normally part of this team. I think he was a late addition.
Yeah, because he wasn't on the team sheet originally.
No, exactly. I'm not sure if he's been bumped up from the seconds or if it just wasn't maybe intentionally wasn't intended to play today.
Well, a couple of players are still at home today. Michael Pomfest and Stephen Lockyer aren't playing today. They're usually in the first. So, yeah, could have done.
Well, hopefully they're watching at home, realising what they've missed out on.
Yeah, could have got a...
And here comes William Ung as well. Wesley Young, sorry, not William.
Played back out, played back in.
And Jacob Brindle
There
finishes
we
at
go.
home, gets his hat-trick for the game as well. And MMU, what more can you say about them? The passing so slick, running into great space and doing so well to find those angles. I mean, Jacob Brindle, I've got to say, he's got one of the longer sticks. I think he goes up to about 6 foot.
Yeah.
And to find in a tight space to get away with that shot as well is so difficult when you've got such a long stick and so much that the defender can try and smack away from you. So he's done really well in tight areas. And yeah, just been brilliant for MU today. I think he is actually getting taken off now. He is, yeah. I'm sure that's just to get his energy levels back up so he can come back on later in the game and just keep controlling it as he has so far.
So that'll be Sven Shane coming back on, the only sub for MMU today.
No, David Finn, I believe, is the one who coming back on. Sven Shane came on for Finn, yeah.
Great memory.
Here's Marjon, though. They've actually got the ball here. This could be
Retreat
massive
a
from
bit.
Raui if they can actually get themselves a goal, you know.
Yeah.
At least inspire their team to think that there's a chance to get back into this game because they've just been struggling so much and doing well to hold the ball in. This would be a good test of MMU's resolve as well. You know, they've had an easy game defensively so far.
Going for the long shot there.
I'm not sure what the thought in was there. He had masses of space in front of him. If anything, I thought MMU would let their defence get split a little bit, focusing on the attackers too much. And I think number 11 there, Adam Saunders, probably could have gone about 3 or 4 metres closer to the goal and still been able to take that shot on, yeah. I mean, they've still got the ball, so it's not the end of the world, but a little bit surprised at the decision-making there that he's not tried to get in for a slightly easier shot.
Gone again. He might just not care at this point.
No,
they
that
are
is
11 down.
Let's definitely not say that, and that was not Adam Saunders either. That was someone else out there. Unfortunately, I couldn't quite see his number. But yeah, these speculative shots are not really what Marjon need. And I'm just really surprised that Adam Saunders didn't go for that much closer shot when he had the space there too. But I think maybe their legs and minds are tired right now because it's been a really tough game for them. You just see there next week on Back to Live, we've got a rugby union with Man-Met against Sheffield. That's a 1 o'clock kickoff. I believe there may be a trophy game after, basketball potentially.
It is.
And there it is. God, I know what's up. Against Lancaster, there we are, and that's kicking off at 5.
You'll see us both next week, probably.
Yeah, you may hear us. Don't know if you'll see us.
Yeah.
Sam keeps me away from the cameras. But MMU on the attack here. Will Hurst again, passing it around out to David Finn, that lad who got a goal, subbed off, sub back on. Oh, and there's Halliday, the captain in the middle, who gets himself a hat-trick as well.
Dozen goals.
This is just incredible from you, I've got to say. They're a good team. We've seen a good performance from them when they played last time. They did win that game, but this is just unbelievable. Will Hurst is on 5, Brindle's on 3 goals and I think 2 assists, maybe more.
Yeah, he's got at least 2 assists.
Halliday's got himself 3 goals and I think 2 assists at least himself. David Finn picking up the other one. And I mean, right now, if you're them MMU attackers and mids, you're just thinking, get me the ball and let me get a shot off because I think they all want to be on the scoreboard right now.
Yeah,
12-0.
A boost of confidence for the rest of the tournament as well. Because it's all they got left this season. Then we get a 20-0 winner. It's going to give them great confidence going into the rest of the tournament. Because this is the first round, don't forget. They've still got 4 games left, 5 games. Picking the ball back up.
Yeah, this Marjon team, for people who don't know, you might be watching this thinking that they are a lesser team, but they are also in the Premier South. They're not a bad team. But they've just been outclassed today in almost every metric. You just still on the attack here. Hurst there.
Come on, Lacrosse.
Someone on the
Fight and win. Come on, Seattle.
A little bit of chanting there from the Atmos mic. I think we need to tell Benji to go tell him to stop talking to the mic.
Go on, Benji.
And I think they've just got the message of that little laugh there. Sorry about that if you can hear that at home. Marjon just zipping the ball away there, just an absolute get rid, hitting high. But he's actually picked it up really well here. Number 20.
He's off.
Tyler Beale.
Pass back though. Space over there on the right.
There's Adam Saunders, I believe, the lad who loves a long shot. Is he going to go for another one here? Is he going to try and find a teammate? No, he's actually got it back to Tyler Beale there.
They had a lot of space on that right-hand side there. They could have moved it, but a bit too slow maybe.
There's Adam Saunders again.
Not quick to do anything, huh?
Well, they're in a rush. Ooh, almost lost out there. It's actually quite a good little attempt to tackle from number 20 from you, Wesley Young. And now they're passing around Marjon. They're in a dangerous position. I think that's Jacob Brindle. I think he must have been subbed back on without us noticing. You see that big frame, you know it's going to be him.
Up.
He's got him on the attacker again. And here comes number 12, David Finn. Can he get himself a second? Drops the ball for a second, keeps it going. Almost lost. Halliday, the captain, comes to rescue him a little bit, gets the ball. Just runs back with it. He's just...
Yeah, he's got time.
Keeping him the distance. Trying to give, again, just doing that unselfish work, you know, open up all that space for the rest of the team instead of just trying to run in short distance and get caught up or trying to go for that long shot. And he's actually could get the benefits here. Oh, no, it's not quite him.
With that backer again. Around the back.
Number 4 there, William Alsop, just trying to do something, going around the right-hand side of the goal. Left keeper's left, his right. Didn't quite get away with it this time, though, but MMU, again, just retaining that ball. And just so difficult for these Marjon players, just getting absolutely strangled a possession. They're never getting anything.
Running right round them. Blocked there by the defender, though.
Sven Shane there, the lad who started on the bench, just wanted to get himself a little goal, I think. William also be having a little battle as well. Ooh, give him a little barge after as well with Joseph Hooper and William Alsop there.
They're going. To be fair, they have, in the last couple of minutes, they have looked a lot more dangerous. They've clicked into gear a little bit.
And they've not conceded. I think this is what we were trying to talk about, you know, with these teams. Like, they are good teams, and I think they got themselves in such a pit defensively where they just couldn't get out. And now we've seen them get out a couple of times, and, you know, makes the MMU team spread out so they can't all just sit around the goal. It's made it a bit harder for them to attack, as I'm going to say that, and I'm sure Jacob Brindle is maybe about to get himself another assist. Yeah. Well shut down. A few players there. Ooh, MMU going to come away with it, though. Shielding the ball, Brindle comes in.
And yeah, you see Marjon fighting for that ball now. In the first half, they just weren't fighting for it.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about, that two-man press there. Again, is what's made all the difference, is having the two bodies. One is maybe focusing on the ball, and one who's just trying to get rid of that other player, that MMU player. Marjon are up at the MMU end here.
Yeah, it makes you think what would happen if they did this from the off.
Tyler Beale again out here with the ball. Doing what we've seen Halliday do, you know, take that ball and just go really far away. Try and drag some MMU defenders towards you and just keep your eyes up. Find some of the pass. He's gone for a long range there. Actually, really well-placed pass and well taken.
Saved by the keeper. Rebounded.
Yeah, Joseph Hooper there.
Called by the ref there.
Gets that ball from distance. Goes for a long strike and saved by the keeper. And now, I think that might have been the end of the third quarter. I'm starting to think that these quarters might be a little bit short today. Yeah, I think they're down to 12-minute quarters today, so apologies for that. We were expecting the normal 15 that you see in the league competitions. The refs did not actually tell us anything about there being different length quarters, but there we have it. So that's the end of the third. MMU still very on top in this game. Marjon, in all fairness to them, that was probably their best quarter.
Definitely.
Conceded, what, 2?
2,
yeah. But actually had some attacks as well. We're getting at the MMU goal a little bit.
Yeah, they were actually pressing. They looked like what they wanted to do something in this game.
A few wasted chances, though, with speculative distance shots, where maybe you think they could try and work the ball a little bit better, but
they certainly had space to do it as well.
They must be tired, though. You know, they've put such a shift in defensively that I think now when they get on the attack, they're still hampered by how much work they've had to do at the back.
Yeah, with no subs as well and a player injured, it's going to always be difficult.
Yeah, for sure. It's been an uphill struggle from the start here for Marjon, really. But they have grown into this game, and I mean, I'm not going to lie, if they get 12 goals in this last quarter, I'll be absolutely blown away. But I could see them getting 1 or 2 maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, they did so much better at the end of that last quarter than they did in the first 2.
And after the first half, I thought this could go on to 20, 25-0, but it looks like they have stopped the rot a little bit. It
was definitely on the cards.
Definitely.
But in all fairness to them, they've got back into the game a little bit, at least on the pitch, not necessarily by the score line.
They could walk off with a bit of respect after that quarter there. Yeah,
and I'd like to see a more tightly contested last quarter here, really. I think MMU's place in the next round is almost guaranteed, but you know, it's better for us and it's better for neutrals at home to see a game that's a little bit more evenly contested, and you know, a bit of end-to-end action.
Yeah.
I think the Lacrosse as well, you know, whenever you watch the games here on Matchday Live, we like that constant pace, that travelling up and down, finding space quickly, quick counter-attacks, and where those first 2 quarters is basically just MMU sitting with the ball around the Marjon goal. We didn't really see any of that. It didn't seem like we were watching a lacrosse game because it was more like a training drill where they were just attacking. They just couldn't seem to lose the ball. But now it's turned into more of a game for sure. And I think this is the problem for Marjon. Now they're going to play better after just struggling those first 2 quarters, and it's just a bit too late in the game for them now.
Yeah, if they did this from the off, it could have been a very different game. I mean, you might not have had the confidence to do what they did.
Yeah, well, I think if they'd done it from the off, even if, say, that first quarter had ended 3-0 to MMU, but if Marjon had had a few more dangerous attacks, they'd at least be a little bit more wary, whereas MMU went into that second quarter just happy as Larry and just dominated that one. Got themselves 5 or 6, wasn't it, in the second quarter, and just put themselves into put themselves in a position where they couldn't really lose from. And we're about to go into the fourth quarter here.
Fourth and final quarter underway.
Not quite underway yet, but yeah, we're not far off.
Getting underway, you know. Got to jump the gun sometimes.
Here's that tip. I've been loving these tips. It's like a rugby scrum, effectively. These two have been
one-on-one.
Really barging each other. I think the ref wasn't happy.
No, we're underway.
With how that went. I think the MMU player must have had a little bit of a foul because Marjon just got the ball uncontested there. The pass around it. Here comes Adam Saunders once again. Is he going to go for another one of these long shots? I'm sure he must have it in his locker to attempt it.
For a pass there, I think.
The 2 times he has. Yeah, he did try and pass it off, but really well picked up by MMU. I think it's Sven Shane, actually, who got that one. Here comes Jacob Brindle again. What can he do? You know, he's a danger man. He's found number 6. That is Thomas Sutton out there. Brindle getting stuck in with that big stick.
Oh, knocked away that. Haven't you played that?
Marjon got the ball here on the attack, and you're a little bit out of position, out of sorts. There is a man in the middle for them there, but see, these options just not there. You know, when MMU in these positions, they've got these 5 players already there ready to go.
Yeah, a bit slow on the attack.
I'm actually quite surprised that they did not pass to the man behind the goal there, because he was in a lot of space and probably could have got a pass off to him. They have done really well here, though, so far. Number 13.
He's running through.
Who's done really well, 13.
Misses the target, though.
Joel Ireland. He has been involved in this game, actually, for Marjon. He's one of the couple players that have actually been trying to make things happen at the other end. And
he's had 4
really
or 5
good run
now.
there. What was that? 3 or 4 defenders he managed to beat and gets a shot off, but just...
Definitely the best move of the game so far
just
from Marjon.
Yeah, James Fletcher in goal for MMU didn't seem too nervous about that one.
No, he's been very cool and collected in goal.
Really good save then. Yeah, that was a brilliant save. And the follow-up catch as well. I mean, you know, if you've not played lacrosse, that might seem easy, but actually the technique there to stop a powerful shot.
The reactions on that as well.
Yeah, and keep it as well. Really, really well done. There's a few Marjon players around him as well, so he could have got himself in trouble if he'd dropped that there, but very well taken by James Fletcher. And MMU once again on the attack.
Back to doing what they do best, passing it around that box, into that square they form. 2 options in the middle.
There's Halliday again, the captain. Just seems so confident on the ball. He cradles it so well and doesn't ever seem like he's under pressure, whether he's got space or he's got people on him. He seems cool as a cucumber. MMU here just confident in their passing play. As unlucky as good could have been a really good play, actually. There's a nice bit of space there.
Pushed over by the Marjon player there, though.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't seem very happy about that. I think that's Adam Saunders again. Oh, no, it's not. It's number 14. That's Josh Knowles, in fact. And at first, he seemed a little bit surprised that wasn't allowed. Oh, what a little pass on the back that was. Doesn't get away with it, though. Would have loved to have seen that end up in the back of the net. That was a beauty. Oh, and Jacob Brindle picks his ball up again. Who's he going to see? They've got players in space here.
With Brindle's attacking output as well, the defensive output, picking up all that in the middle, mopping everything up.
It's one thing creating goals and scoring them, but just soaking up that ball all around that area. It's just been his zone completely, and he's had such an effect in the game from there. And he's made MMU tick today. You know, there's been a lot of good performances, but
I think it's
he's definitely in for a shout for man of the match. He's been brilliant. Oh, and he went for like a underarm, if you would, with a stick there shot. Really powerful, but unfortunately doing that underarm, it did just lift a little bit too high and went flying over the bar. But I think MMU are keeping the ball here again. Having that man behind the goal has led to them keeping the ball again on an attack.
I don't think Marjon's actually had a man behind the goal the entire game.
Well, they did. They did at one point. And then they had a guy down there. Well, at least at the attacking end. But yeah, defensively, they haven't put someone back there. And I think it's made the game harder for them because MU have just known that they can take big shots and zip them and know that they're going to keep the ball. And there's no risk to taking a speculative long shot with a lot of power if you know you're going to be the one picking it back up again if it misses and goes wide. Jacob Brindle here just keeping the ball again. Passing it round MMU.
Missed there.
Yeah, David Finn there wanted to get his second of the game. Did well to get into position, but just fired it wide. Halliday, I think, wanted to try and catch that, but it was a very, very powerful shot there that was just
whizzing past.
Always had to run all the way to the bike sheds there just to get the ball, I think.
It's all the way down.
Or he's gone to the toilet, but he's definitely not on the pitch anymore. There it goes, yeah, he was just collecting the ball. I was going to say, it was quite a powerful one, so it doesn't surprise me it went so far away.
Back underway though.
There's Brindle. Oh, what a pass in. Really
wide.
Good pass and little turn in there. I'm not sure who that was for MU that actually picked up that ball then. I think it might have been Thomas Sutton. But it really nice, just took the ball and almost with the momentum of the ball spun and took a shot, but didn't quite get it on target.
Yeah, the quick move of that is shot the keeper, but if that went in, it would have been a great goal, but couldn't quite get it to go.
Brindles finds Sven Shane there in front of the goal.
Wasn't
Doesn't give up on
there.
the ball. Keeper's kicked it away. MU going to keep the ball. Yes, they are. Here comes Jacob Brindle. Oh, what a pass, just with ease.
Missed again.
I've got to say, some of these passes he's finding, there's three in a row here that he should have had assists for because they've been absolutely incredible passes right in front of the goal. And it's literally just that David Finn's had a couple gone wide, and I think Sven Shaner's had one that, I mean, he deserved the assist there, Jacob Brindle, because those passes were absolutely pinpoint. And yeah, the shot's just gone a little bit awry.
That one more so.
Yes, I think that was maybe, well, I want to say maybe it was an attempted pass, but I think it's just slipped out as out of stick a bit early there.
Yeah, what can Jacob Brindle not do? Pass, defend, attack.
I mean, right now,
what a man.
He's been unbelievable.
Certainly has.
It's funny though, because now this is probably the first time we've seen MMU take 3 or 4 shots without scoring. They've been so clinical this game, and their shots have been high quality from good positions as well. That they've probably not had so many more shots than they've had goals, really. But now they've had 3 or 4 that have just gone.
Yeah, maybe because the
bit awry.
Will Hurst isn't on the pitch at the minute.
Well, I think
goal scorer.
I think as well, and you're 12-0 up. No, I think Will Hurst is on. It's captain Alex Halliday is the one who's off. Oh, maybe Hurst has actually come back on. I can just see him on the right wing there, so he may have swapped for Halliday.
He wasn't in the last few attacks. He always gets in the mix.
And there's Finley Taylor there, really charging forward. Will Hurst finds number 6, Thomas Sutton, who gets his first goal of the game.
13 for MMU. To be fair, I think that was the longest run that Marjon had gone without conceding. 7 minutes, 8 minutes.
Again, they've grown into this game. They've been a lot better in these these last 2 quarters. But what a play there from MMU. I think, it was Finlay Taylor just charged down from the MMU end, finds Will Hurst, who just simple pass across, and easy goal for Thomas Sutton to convert, putting MMU 13-0 into the lead. And almost guaranteed now to get into the next round of this men's national competition championship.
Yeah, it'd have to be 2 goals a minute for next.
Yeah, it would be quite spectacular.
Could happen. Where do things happen in the world? You never know.
I think there's only 4 minutes left in this game. I think 57 if it's 12-minute quarters,
Who knows?
So three goals at 3 or 4 goals a minute for Marjon will get them back into it, but I think that's highly unlikely as the way this game has gone.
Ref calls up there, barged over. Yeah, the long shots could go in. Straight from kick-off.
I mean, considering that Marjon have had 4 or 5 shots across this whole game.
Running through here though.
I think it just shows how good MU
they've
have been.
Missed.
And there was a foul in there as well.
Thrown, don't know what quite happened there, but that did look dangerous running through there. They deserved a goal off that. There's a subs there, I think.
No, I think he's had a... Almost like a sin bin,
Yeah.
effectively there, number 14.
There we
Yeah,
go.
Finlay Taylor, yeah, just had to
That's
come
a
off there for that one.
Play a slide on the floor. Let's get the ball there. It was blocked by the graphic, but one back.
Stick on the ground there.
Stick on the ground.
Now Marjon do have the ball here behind the goal for a second. MU pressing though, don't want him to have it
Battling
there.
for it. It's right. There you go.
Yeah, number 12 and David Finn and number 11 Sven Shane there battling out for the ball. Even at this late stage in the game, you know, they don't want to give up. They're trying to keep that standard nice and high. Really well picked up there, in all fairness. That was a great take. Number 20 there for Marjon, Tyler Beale. He's actually been quite good. Seen a few bits from him in his last
he's very
last
fast,
2
isn't
quarters. Yeah, and he's been giving MU some problems down that left-hand side. And
There
they've
we
got themselves
go.
a goal.
Marjon have scored a goal.
And I think it is
13-1.
Tyler Beale as well, who
Tyler
we're just
Beale.
saying has been having a really good couple quarters there. Yes, confirmed. I mean, I'm sure he'll be happy with that, and it definitely boosts the team a little bit, makes him a little bit happier. But unfortunately, I think it's a little bit too late for Marjon
Well,
now to have a big.
We were talking about comeback, and they've scored. So
It would be
you never know.
probably the greatest sporting feat of all time if they were to come back from this, and I'm sure we get a lot of views on this stream if they did. But fair play to them. You know, they've been knocking on the door. They've been a lot better in these last 2 quarters.
Yeah, they definitely deserve a goal there.
And I mean, that puts them 1-1 for this quarter, doesn't it? It's slightly
do,
more
yeah.
respectable, you know. Something you can take from the game.
I think a timeout's been called here.
Yeah, and I think, you know, I think Marjon, in all fairness to them, have just come up against they've faced a competitor today who's just that bit too good. We've seen some absolutely stunning performances from MMU players. Will Hurst, unbelievable. Alex Halliday, the captain, doing everything a captain can do. Goals, assists, leading his team. And Jacob Brindle just, wow, what a player. He's absolutely dominated this game. And I think, you know, if you put him onto the Marjon squad, it would have been a very different game, yeah, because he's just been crucial and soaking up pressure defensively, picking up the ball, firing it forwards. And MMU have just done everything right this game.
Says a lot as well about Jacob Brindle's performance. We've got a man there on 5 goals, Will Hurst. You think we'd be talking about him, but Brindle has stolen the show today.
I think the thing is, it is so impressive. 5 goals was incredible. Will Hurst has had an amazing game, but I think a lot of those goals have been relatively easy goals because he's been found in such good positions.
And set up by Brindle and Halliday.
Yeah, exactly. And he's just found himself just in front of the goal, you know, a couple of yards out, and it's just slotting it home, you know.
But you've got to be there to score.
Of course, and another player, I think, in the same position, you'd expect them to score as well, but he has found himself there and has done really well. But yeah, I've just got to say, Jacob Brindle's absolutely blown me away today. So good on that last one with that beautiful goal run the back, and absolutely dominant today.
Definitely have to ask you, is the man of the match today?
Yeah, I think the Watpod man of the match, I think we're both going to agree, isn't it? Jacob Brindle, and there it is on the screen.
There you go.
I think it had to be. I've got to say sorry to Will Hurst because he's been brilliant at 5 goals. It's so impressive, but Jacob Brindle's just been different gravy. He's controlled that game.
Yes.
Offensively, defensively, spot on. And even though I'm happy for Marjon that they've got themselves a goal and get themselves something to take home, I think MMU have just had a flawless game, really. We've slowed down a little bit in this last quarter and missed a few shots, but yeah, exactly. You're so far ahead with a few minutes to go, it does happen.
And the intensity that they played at over the course of the game, you'd expect them to slow down in the last quarter. They don't need to.
MMU, can they get another late on here? Oh, serious pressure on number 6, Thomas Sutton, getting bashed about by the Marjon player there.
Long pass there by Marjon. Can't quite get inside net with number 12 there.
Will Hurst has picked it up for MMU though. I don't think it can be long until the ref calls this one.
No. Might be going to the 460 now though.
William Alsop there, number 4. Will Hurst, does he want to get his 6th double hat-trick?
Got to go for it, ain't you?
Oh, I thought Halliday had done really well there and took a little spin in, but
Running
Marjon
through
have
here.
actually come away with the ball here. Can they get themselves a second late on?
3-on-3 as well. There's space there behind there.
Slow down a lot.
No, can't get it.
Tried to pass it behind. It's just gone.
Cannot get it.
Just gone wide. That's unfortunate there. Number 6. That's, I don't know if we have a 6.
Probably 16.
Oh,
Tim
no,
Watkins.
it's number 8, Niall Watkinson, down there behind the goal for Marjon. He couldn't quite get on the end of that. But obviously, he kept the ball as he was closest to it. And here's number 20, the goal scorer, Tyler Beale. Just cradling the ball. Dropping back. Adam Saunders now. Back to Beale. Saunders again tries to catch that a little bit misplaced. Can he get away with it? No, he doesn't.
Stolen there.
Halliday, the captain for MMU, doing what he does best, just robbed that and
Battling,
caught him mid-air.
through.
And there it is. That is the
That is
final
the
whistle. MMU are going on to the second round of this men's national championship. An amazing 13-1 win. Brilliant performance from the home team here. Almost flawless. Marjon definitely got back into the game late in the last 2 quarters. They played a lot better, but unfortunately the damage had already been done. Just see there, Will Hurst
There
with
you go.
5, Brindle and Halliday both on hat-tricks. I think that should be... Oh, David Fidner, yeah, with
David
1,
Fidner,
and
yeah.
Thomas Sutton getting himself 1 as well. We may have some stats coming up for you, maybe. No stats, but we have a highlight reel hopefully coming up for you in a minute, so we can have a little look back at some of these goals from the second half here. So here's one. I've got to try and remember this now. There's been a few goals, so it's been hard to remember. That's also passing out to Hurst.
14.
So Hurst there. And he
Straight
gets the
through.
long shot as well. Yeah, it's really nice. I'd actually forgotten about that.
I
one.
think that
it
was the
so
first goal, wasn't it?
of the, I think that was
first
the
minute.
second.
Was it the second? He scored 2
Well, it
in,
may have been the first
3
goal
minutes.
right at the beginning, yeah. And there was Hurst again,
There we go.
just from distance, slapping them home. What a game he had. Here's one straight from the tip.
Yeah, it's where they run straight through, isn't it?
Yeah, MMU was so effective at this today, just keeping that pressure on really, really intensely. All stop there, pass it out. Hurst gets himself his second with that one. See some of the players walking by there. I think we've got... Sorry, Sam. There we go. More highlights again. Back in.
Oh.
Okay, we believe in you, Sam. There we go. There's the next one. There's Halliday catching it in the middle. And just
Tight
lovely. It looked
angle
like he was going to go for a pass. Yeah, kind of aimed one way, flicked around the other, and just slotted it home. And there was a very
The bounce
quick
shot
one there. I think it was...
That's
Was that-
Sutton, I think.
That may have been Sutton. That may be one of the later ones there, yeah.
Number 6.
No, I think this is the Thomas Sutton goal, is it not? Where, yeah, because
Yeah.
14, Finley Taylor there runs down, gives it to Will Hurst, who finds Sutton there, number 6. And that's how I got his one. And our last one coming up now.
Is it the Marjon goal?
I think this is the Marjon goal. They were only one of the game
Gotta give it the
after a
highlight,
few
yeah.
attempts, but
There you go.
really good there. Adam Saunders passed it off to Tyler Beale, and Tyler Beale had a really...
Was a good goal as well, yeah.
He'd actually been getting really involved in them like a second 2 quarters, actually caused them use some damage and kind of got the goal that he maybe deserved through that game as well.
Yeah.
But that is all from us, so make sure to subscribe to MMU Sport on YouTube, at Matchday Live on socials. Keep up to date with everything we're doing, all the games we're streaming. Make sure to join us almost every Wednesday. We are hopefully having
Pretty
futsal
much,
for you
yeah.
this Sunday as well.
We're back for rugby and basketball next week. Me and you will be doing one of those each.
Hopefully. So that's everything from me. Thank you very much.
I've been Jack.
And I've been Ed, and that's been Matchday Live. Goodbye.
That's been Lacrosse. Thank you.